Here from Central Greenbrier as you are watching the 2020 Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions. So did it record the audio earlier anyway?
Are your kids playing in a real Little League? Little League is the world's largest and most respected youth sports program with nearly 2.4 million children and more than 1 million volunteers in dozens of countries around the world. Little League includes baseball and softball programs for kids ages 4 to 16. There's the Challenger Division program for kids with physical and mental challenges too. For those adults interested in starting a genuine Little League in your area, assistance is available from Little League International in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. For more information on Little League, visit Little League website at www.littleleague.org.
No child in our community should have to go hungry, but it happens every day. That's why the Food Shack is traveling across our area to stop hunger among community kids. The mission is simple: feed as many kids as possible with free hot meals 5 days a week. There's no questions asked and no catch. If your child is hungry and needs something to eat, the Food Shack will provide them with a meal. Visit our Facebook page to find out where the Food Shack is going next.
Top of the second inning we go as Grant Burdette leads things off. Foul tip the first pitch into the catcher, 0-1. He's ready to go once again against Stayshawn Floyd as this one off-speed pitch misses inside, 1-1. In the defense for Fairmont, you have Jones in left field, Van Gilder in center, Woodman in right, McKnight at third base, Music at shortstop, Bledsoe at second, Nichols at first, Floyd on the mound, and Lynn behind home plate as another foul ball by Burdette. Moves the count to 1-2. Yesterday, Burdette was 1 for 3, struck out, was hit by a pitch, singled to left field, and then popped out on the infield. Another off-speed pitch and able to get Burdette lunging out in front and missing for strike 3. So thus far, not a hit in the game for either side. Had a lot of loud back cracks, but nothing able to find a gap as of yet. So now you get Elaine Lambert standing in. Lambert yesterday struck out in his first 3 plate appearances, but then singled with an RBI in his last plate appearance as that one fouled off over towards the right. Both these teams fighting for their tournament lives here today. Losers' season is over. The winner moves on to another elimination game tomorrow against the loser of the Logan and Sophia game tonight at 6 o'clock. Again, Logan and Sophia is in the winner's bracket, as is Mineral County against Cerrito Canova later on this evening. There's strike 3 on Lambert, so great job by Floyd as he picks up his first 2 strikeouts of the game. Now the batter will be Kayden Mcneely. Again, Floyd just deceptive with that curveball and changeup that he throws. There he comes with a fastball. McNeely pops it up on the infield, and Nichols makes the grab for out number 3. So another quick half inning and another 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score, still no hits on either side as you are watching the 2020 Little League State Tournament with us right here live on Video Productions. Welcome back, everyone. Bottom of the second inning we go between Central Greenbrier and Fairmont. Chris Kidd with you, and we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor for these games this week, Griffith & File. Been around since 1892, bringing you service in the area, and they have been a great sponsor of youth sports for a long time. So we want to thank Griffith & File again for all of the help in bringing us this live streaming this week here on Video Productions. Now Burdette ready to go back to work here to start the bottom of the second inning. It's been 3 up, 3 down on both sides thus far. Now Deshaun Floyd gets his first chance at bat, and that pitch gets away 1-0. Now Floyd, 1 for 4 yesterday, singled to left field, struck out twice, and grounded out to shortstop. There's a fastball across for a strike, 1-1. Again, Burdette just overpowering with his fastball right now, while Floyd coming with more finesse. That one chopped towards third base side, but foul by Floyd. So the count moves to 1-2. So you do see quite the contrast between these two. And Burdette came in and pitched briefly yesterday, didn't go over 20 pitches. To have him available for today. Now he comes with an off-speed pitch, but misses outside with it, 2-2. And, you know, we talked about some of the strategy involved and some of the pitching in these games. Again, wanting to keep pitchers available, but again, in a do-or-die game like this, you got to come with your best pretty much the whole game. And he puts down Floyd swinging on a fastball, his second strikeout now of the game. And that'll bring up Brody Bledsoe. We saw that in the first game with Boone Northern against Billington. Again, both of them kept their starters in until basically the limit, as Landon Carpenter reached that 85-pitch limit. And had it not been a 10-run rule game in the bottom of the fifth, then Brady Perdue would have reached that for Boone Northern, as that one chopped towards third by Bledsoe. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first, though, gets away, as McNeely had to hurry the throw with Bledsoe's speed down the first base side. And it's the first runner to reach, however it be on an error. And so we still don't have a hit yet in this game, but Bledsoe last night was just unreal. He had 5 RBIs in the game, had a 2-run RBI single, an RBI single, then a solo home run before he popped out in the 5th inning. But he keeps his streak of staying on base pretty much intact here, as Burdette now deals with a base runner for the first time as Carter McKnight climbs in, ball 1. McKnight was 2 for 4 yesterday, had an RBI single to right field, struck out, singled to right again, and then flew out to center. That fastball catches the outside corner, 1-1. Again, that first game, Boone Northern jumped out to a 6-1 lead, then led it 7-1 before Billington ended up tying the game at 7-all in the 4th inning. And then Boone Northern just put on the afterburners and pulled away, scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th, then scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th to take out Billington. So we're down to 7 teams. We'll be down to 6 at the end of this contest. There's a strike right down the pipe, as once again the heat brought by Burdette, as he mows down his 3rd batter of the game. That's 3 strikeouts to this inning, as he now faces Larry Nichols. Nichols, the first baseman. Nichols struck out, doubled to right field, hit into a fielder's choice, and reached on an error yesterday, as there's strike 1. Burdette set to go again. Here comes another fastball. This one lifted foul towards this way, and thankfully hits the top of someone's tent right behind us. That was a line shot. Count now at 0-2 on Nichols. And both these pitchers have been very efficient through the first 2 innings as well. Just 15 pitches and 20 pitches between the two. Breaking pitch, that one gets away, and that will allow Bledsoe to move over to second base. So the first runner in scoring position today for either side. And an opportunity for Fairmont to break through here. Again, 15 pitches for Floyd, 21 for Burdette. And 22 ends the inning as he blows another fastball by as Nichols couldn't catch up to it. And Burdette strikes out the side, has 4 total for the game. We head to the top of the 3rd inning, still no score here from Central Greenbrier Little League field. We'll be back after this as you're watching the 2020 West Virginia Little League State Tournament right here on Video Productions.
As a member of the military, a military family, or a veteran, the last thing you should have to worry about is your prescriptions. At your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, we'll transfer your prescriptions for you with no interruptions in service. Our pharmacists will be there to help answer questions and share tips and advice with a friendly, knowledgeable smile. And we're not going anywhere. We welcome military personnel and their families. Transfer your prescriptions today. Griffith and File Drugstore and Soda Fountain, 1405 Chestnut Street, Canova. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100-plus stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
No score, no hits yet here in this second elimination game in the 2020 Little League State Tournament here in Greenbrier, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with you, Butch Mounts, our engineer, Brian Shepard, our statistician, for today's ball games. Again, this is game number 2 of 4 on tap today. We'll have a couple hours break after this contest, and then it'll be Logan and Sophia in the winner's bracket game coming up at approximately 6 p.m. And then around 8:30 p.m., we'll have Cerrito Canova against Mineral County. Again, those games could start a little earlier. We'll keep you updated as that moves along, as Floyd deals now to Bryce Gardenier, the right fielder. And Floyd once again quickly works himself ahead, 0-2. Again, Floyd's been difficult to time up thus far by these Central Greenbrier hitters, and they're just getting a piece of it was Gardenier to keep himself alive in the count. Gardenier had an RBI single yesterday against Cerrito Canova and then hit into a fielder's choice in his other at-bat. That one misses outside, 1-2. Again, just incredible. Floyd, this just now his 20th pitch here at the start of the 3rd inning. This one chopped towards third, going to be a tough play, trying to barehand it, but not going to be there in time. And it's McKnight. Even if he would have fielded that cleanly, Gardenier looked like he was going to beat that out anyway, so that'll be the first hit of the game for either side, and didn't leave the infield. So that's how good Floyd and Burdette have been so far. Gardenier just put that in a great spot to be able to beat that out. Squaring the bunt was Pack, but couldn't quite get it down as he fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. Pack yesterday was 1 for 2, struck out, and then singled in the infield in the 6th inning. Let's see if he continues to try and bunt here. Does square once again and fouls it off. So now let's see if they turn Pack loose here on 0-2. This one fouled off towards the Central Greenbrier dugout. This is maybe the most that Floyd's had to work in an at-bat thus far. So he's pitching to contact more than to strike out in this game. Again, he does have a couple of strikeouts, but Floyd is pitching more to contact, letting his defense do the work. This one hit back up the middle. It takes one hop to Bledsoe on to second for 1, but Pack's going to be able to beat it out as no throw from Music on the play, but Fairmont does cut down the lead runner. Now Braden Teeney stands in, the number 9 hitter and the catcher for Central Greenbrier. Squared to bunt again, but it ends up pulling it back this time. As Teeny reached on an error yesterday. Takes a rip at this one, hits it down the third base side, and just foul. Could have put a good charge into that one, but just foul as McKnight hugging the line along that side. Floyd comes back with that changeup and drops it in for a strike. 1-2. Again, just does such a great job at changing up his pitches and changing the speeds on this. Again, it's much harder to deal with than a lot of people might think. And there he comes back with a fastball, freezes Teeny for strike 3. Again, just such a great combination of pitches by Floyd, keeping these batters off balance. And now it'll be Nathan Dixon. Dixon popped out to shortstop to begin the game. And takes a changeup in for a strike, 0-1. And one of the biggest problems with those pitches or changeups especially, you have to generate your own power off the pitch. You're not dealing with the type of force that comes in from a fastball. And it's a lot harder to generate your own power in those respects. The count now 0-2 to Dixon. It's Pack, first base runner, first hit of the game on either side, still at first base. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Floyd once again doing work here in the top of the third inning as he and Burdette continue to trade zeros with each other. Again, we had a couple of T-ball type scores the last 2 games, last night and this morning, and now we've broke out into a pitcher's duel here. Still no score as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Back after this break as you're watching the 2020 West Virginia Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions. Engineer Brian Shepard, our statistician, as we are in a tightly knit pitchers battle right now between Grant Burdette and Deshaun Floyd. And right now only 1 hit in the game, that coming from Central Greenbrier on an infield single last inning. And both teams have only had 1 runner reach base, and there's a fastball in for a strike to Landon Jones, 1-1. Jones struck out in his only plate appearance last night. Fastball blown by, swung on a miss, 1-2. Again, that's 25 pitches now in the game. That's 18 strikes and 7 balls thrown by Burdette in his first 25 pitches. That one misses outside, 2-2. Neither side has issued a walk yet in this game. Burdette and Floyd have been able to get ahead of pretty much every batter they've faced and have dictated play from the mound. This one hit hard into left field, and that's a hit. So there's the first hit of the game for Fairmont. And Landon Jones, the number 8 hitter, is the one that occupies it. And ironically enough, it was the 7 hitter for Central Greenbrier that got the first hit, and now the number 8 hitter for Fairmont that does. So now let's see if they're able to do some business here. They lay down a bunt with Van Gilder. Going to be a tough play. They throw to second, not in time, and Van Gilder beats it out. So now you've got the first big threat of the game on either side. Again, Central Greenbrier wasn't quite ready for that bunt attempt, and Van Gilder laid it down perfectly. And now let's see what they elect to do here with Owen Music. Again, he's been a good hitter in this lineup. He grounded out to second to start the game. Let's see if they turn him loose here. That pitch gets away as he tried to overthrow that fastball. Throw down to third, not going to be in time. And now Fairmont with a golden opportunity to get on the board first here. Counts 1-0, and Burdette now going to have to bear down here. See if he can find his way out of trouble here in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss by Music, 1-1. Burdette peers in to Teeny, gets the sign he wants, comes set. That one gets away, but Jones going to hold at third. If you're Burdette here, you don't want to start overthrowing to try and overcompensate for the base runners that are on base. This is where he has to take a deep breath. Just execute. There's a swing and a miss by Music, 2-2. Burdette looking for the first out of the inning. Again, he's got a hill to climb to try and get out of this jam, but it all starts with one, and Music just gets a piece of that one to stay alive in the count. Fairmont trying to start timing up this fastball a little bit more. Again, it's a little bit easier to start timing up a player with an overpowering fastball than I think it would be for someone like Floyd that's mixing up his stuff a little bit more. And that one just missed outside, 3-2. Now second and third and nobody out. No score yet here in this elimination game, and a 3-2 count to the leadoff hitter of Fairmont. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as he's able to put away Owen Music for the first out of the inning, and now that'll bring up Case Lynn. Case Lynn struck out in his first plate appearance. As I said, he had 3 RBIs, though, last night. Has a golden opportunity to pick up a couple here with a base hit. This one lifted into right field down the line, and it is caught for the second out of the inning, but tagging up from third and coming in is Jones, and Fairmont takes the lead at 1-0, as that one looked like it might have a chance to get out of here at first. But Gardner with a great catch over in right field to save that. But does pick up an RBI sac fly, so his 4th in this tournament. Gives Fairmont the first breakthrough run of this game as Tanner Woodman stands in. He lined out to second base back in the first inning. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. You've got Van Gilder standing at third base still. That one fouled back into the screen by Woodman, 0-2. So if Burdette is able to get out of this with only giving up 1 run after facing second and third and nobody out in the top of this Fairmont order, I think that if you're Greenbrier and manager Craig Terry, coaches Eric Dixon and John Lynch, you'd have to be happy with that result. Here comes Burdette. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And Grant Burdette, masterful job pitching around second and third and nobody out. But Fairmont does break through with an RBI sac fly by Case Lynn. As we are halfway home, we go to the top of the fourth inning. Central Greenbrier now coming to bat as you are watching the 2020 West Virginia Little League State Tournament right here on Video Productions.
Are your kids playing in a real Little League? Little League is the world's largest and most respected youth sports program with nearly 2.4 million children and more than 1 million volunteers in dozens of countries around the world. Little League includes baseball and softball programs for kids ages 4 to 16. There's the Challenger Division program for kids with physical and mental challenges too. For those adults interested in starting a genuine Little League in your area, assistance is available from Little League International in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. For more information on Little League, visit Little League website at www.littleleague.org.
No child in our community should have to go hungry, but it happens every day. That's why the Food Shack is traveling across our area to stop hunger among community kids. The mission is simple: feed as many kids as possible with free hot meals 5 days a week. There's no questions asked and no catch. If your child is hungry and needs something to eat, the Food Shack will provide them with a meal. Visit our Facebook page to find out where the Food Shack is going next.
1-0 Fairmont as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Chris Kidd with you, Brian Shepard, our statistician, Butch Mounts, our engineer, as we will be down to 6 teams left in this state tournament at the conclusion of this game, as Billington was eliminated this morning by Boone Northern. Now these two powerhouses trying to stay alive in this tournament, as a nice changeup again gets Terry out in front. 0-1. Terry flew out to center field his first time up. Fouls off this fastball by Floyd. Now 0-2. As Floyd has thrown 33 pitches now. Burdette 38. Gets Terry reaching on that pitch as he fouls it out of play. But right now, both starting pitchers on pace to be able to finish. Before they reach 85 pitches in this game, as that one fouled off toward the Fairmont dugout. That was pitch 39. This stat is astonishing. 35, excuse me, but this stat is astonishing. Out 35 pitches, Floyd has thrown 30 strikes and only 5 balls through his first 35 pitches, as he has been coming right after these Central Greenbrier batters, and he gets Terry to pop one a mile high in the air over towards the left field line. Music able to range over and grab it for out number 1, and there's the speed of Owen Music able to get over there. Again, he's quite a 5-tool player, it looks like, in the making of his Music. He's one of those athletes, just seems like he can play about any position at any time and covers a lot of ground. Now you get Nelson Lynch standing in, number 3 hitter in the lineup. Lynch grounded out to second base on a hard hit ball back in the first inning on a great play by Bledsoe. This one ripped into left field, and it is foul, just foul off to the side, or else Lynch would have had a double at the very least. You know you'd love to see him reach if you're Central Greenbrier right now, with the middle part of your order coming up. 1-1. This one hit in the air to shallow center. Backing up is Bledsoe, and he'll make the grab in shallow ground. So back-to-back pop-outs, and that'll bring up Grant Burdette. He struck out to start out the second inning against Floyd. And Floyd has 4 punch-outs of his own in this game. And they came back-to-back on the number 4 and 5 hitters in the lineup, as Burdette takes a big swing but comes up empty. So 0-1 the count. Floyd this time misses inside with that curved ball. So 1-1 now the count. In Central Greenbrier with only one base runner in this game thus far against Floyd. That pitch misses low. So 2-1 for Burdette. Gets a curveball and foul tips it. 2-2 now the count. It looks like Gardenier is putting on the catcher's gear for Central Greenbrier, so he could be taking Teeney's place next inning. So we're probably going to have some of the substitutes coming in for Central Greenbrier next inning. That one misses over the head of Burdette, and now for the first time today, a count is run full against either pitcher. Neither pitcher has walked a batter as of yet in this contest. Let's see what Floyd elects to go with here on the payoff pitch. Fastball misses low and ball 4. So the first walk issued by either team today puts Burdette on, and that'll bring up Elaine Lambert. And Lambert struck out 3 times yesterday before having an RBI single into right field, and he struck out to start out things today and takes a strike here. Floyd winds and fires. This one lifted into center field, sinking fast, and that'll fall in for a hit. It's coming on as Van Gilder to make the stop, and now you've got runners at first and second. So the first big threat for Central Greenbrier today, and that's going to bring up Zaire Lee. And Lee batting in place of Kayden Mcneely. Lee grounded out to second in his only plate appearance yesterday. So a hit here could tie the game. That fastball misses low, 1-0. Floyd peers in. Here comes the 1-0 offering. This one lifted out of play behind home plate and into the trees. The count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball catches right at the knees of Lee, and now Floyd has worked himself ahead 1-2, trying to get out of this inning with Fairmont still in the lead. Breaking ball hit towards third, fielded there. It's going to be a race to the bag, and he is out at third. Oh, what a close play at third. McKnight barely beat Burdette to the bag for out number 3, and one hustle by Burdette. It looked like for sure an easy third out whenever the ball was hit, and Burdette turned that into a photo finish over at third base. But Floyd able to get out of the jam as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Fairmont still leading it 1-0. You're watching the 2020 West Virginia Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions. Welcome back, everybody, as we are here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Chris Kibb with you, Butch Mounts, our engineer, and Brian Shepard, our statistician, as Deshaun Floyd stands in against Burdette. The count at 1-0. That pitch misses inside. Again, now it's 2-0, so Burdette falls behind really for the first time today. That's 28 strikes against 13 balls for Burdette. These pitchers have been pounding the strike zone over and over again today. And there's a strike in on Floyd, as Floyd struck out to begin the second inning. Burdette looking to keep the zeros on the board here again and keep this just a one-run game. Every base right now feels extremely valuable for both sides, the way Floyd and Burdette have been pitching. And there he fouls one into the screen. 2-2 now the count. And Floyd at 51 pitches and Burdette at 43, so it does appear like they'll be able to make it to the finish. Again, 85 pitches is the limit that you can throw on any one day. Right now, these two, with how phenomenal they've done, seems like they'll be able to make it there, as there's a breaking ball that misses, and now 3-2. So we saw Floyd walk his first batter of the game last inning, which was Burdette, and now could be the irony of ironies that the first batter Burdette walks could be the opposing pitcher, but Floyd hits it back up the middle, and that gets through for a hit. Knocked down in center field by Lambert, but there's only the third hit of the game, rather, for Fairmont. Again, this is a Fairmont team that put up 10 runs last night against Mineral County in what just seemed like a hitting display before falling 11-10 in that game, as Floyd will be courtesy run for here by Jones. Fairmont looking to desperately scratch across another run here and give themselves a little breathing room. So now Brody Bledsoe stands back in, who we talked about had 5 RBIs in last night's game. And that's a fastball that gets well over the head of the catcher. That'll allow Jones to move on to second base. And some of the changes for Greenbrier Central, you have Griffith in left field now. You have Russ Howe in right field. Lee is over at third base. Lynch has moved to second base. And Gardner has moved behind home plate. So that one misses inside, 2-0. Now you start to wonder about fatigue maybe setting in. Like we said, this is probably going to be the hottest part of the day that these players are out there right now. And with the tension starting to mount with each pitch, it'll be interesting to see how both Floyd and Burdette respond here in this situation, as Burdette able to get a foul ball by Bledsoe up into the screen, 2-1. And he knows how dangerous Bledsoe is at the plate. He reached on an error back in the second inning, did Bledsoe. That one misses, gets away. Jones takes off for third, and now you have a runner at third and nobody out. So this very similar to what you saw last inning for what Burdette had to deal with. And it did lead to a sac fly, and Jones able to score on that last inning. Swing and a miss. Now the count runs full at 3-2. So big pitch coming here with nobody out, and a 3-2 count here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's ball 4, misses outside. And that puts runners at the corners with nobody out. So a single and a walk to start this inning, and you have to figure Bledsoe will be heading over to second base after this first pitch. A swing and a miss by Carter McKnight, 0-1. So same situation that Burdette was in last inning, second and third, nobody out. Was able to escape that with giving up only 1 run. Right now another run seems very costly. And this one could be it, as it's laced into right field, sinking fast, and it ends up landing in. 1 run is in. Here comes another around the throw, not in time. And Fairmont has opened up a 3-0 lead as McKnight gets to third. Again, Russow came in on the ball, tried to make a play on it, but sank right in front of him as he went diving for the ball. And McKnight with a 2 RBI double. There's still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that'll bring up River McLean batting in place of Larry Nichols. McLean fouls one back, 0-1. McLean last night was 0 for 3, struck out twice and hit into a fielder's choice. That one foul tipped up into the screen on that high fastball. So 0-2 the count. Burdette still looking for the first out of the inning. Fairmont looking to scratch across another run here. Again, they've put up 2 this inning already. That one misses and gets away. Runner will hold at third. Again, with nobody out, McKnight doesn't want to take the chance unless it's just a ball that skips off the backstop and heads up the line somewhere. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As McLean goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. Now let's see who's coming up now. Garrett Bosley, the other substitute, will end up being at the plate. And Landon Jones was batting 8th and singled his last time up, but now Bosley will step in. Bosley struck out in his only plate appearance yesterday. That pitch skipped off the glove of Gardner, but he's able to recover it in time. So that's ball 1. And the winner of this game will face the loser of Logan and Sophia later on today. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count, and that game will take place tomorrow in another elimination round game. As the field will start to whittle away quite quickly now that we've gotten into elimination play. That one misses high, ball 2. I think we'll be down, after today, we'll definitely be down to 6. We may be down to just 3 teams after tomorrow. And we got 3 games on tap for tomorrow, and each one of them is an elimination game. And then swing and a miss, 2-2, and then the winner's bracket game to see who gets in the championship will be on Tuesday. Now the count 2-2 to Bosley as Burdette looking for the second out of the inning. Strike 3 looking, as that puts Bosley away for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Colby Van Gilder. That's now 7 strikeouts for Burdette on the game. Still a runner at third is McKnight. That pitch misses, 1-0. Van Gilder had a bunt single in his last plate appearance, and eventually led to the first run of the game on the sac fly by Case Lynn. Now here comes the runner home. McKnight trying to give it a try, and he is out at home plate. Great recovery by Gardner that time in order to come back and get McKnight. Again, they took a gamble, did Fairmont, and Gardner was able to recover quickly to keep them off the board any further, but 2 more runs cross, and now Central Greenbrier has their hands tied and cut out for them here, trying to make a comeback here as they head to the top of the 5th inning against Fairmont. We'll be back after this as you are watching the 2020 Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
Are your kids playing in a real Little League? Little League is the world's largest and most respected youth sports program with nearly 2.4 million children and more than 1 million volunteers in dozens of countries around the world. Little League includes baseball and softball programs for kids ages 4 to 16. There's the Challenger Division program for kids with physical and mental challenges too. For those adults interested in starting a genuine Little League in your area, assistance is available from Little League International in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. For more information on Little League, visit Little League website at www.littleleague.org.
No child in our community should have to go hungry, but it happens every day. That's why the Food Shack is traveling across our area to stop hunger among community kids. The mission is simple: feed as many kids as possible with free hot meals 5 days a week. There's no questions asked and no catch. If your child is hungry and needs something to eat, the Food Shack will provide them with a meal. Visit our Facebook page to find out where the Food Shack is going next.
Top of the fifth inning we go as Central Greenbrier down to their final 5 outs. Chris Kidd with you, or 6 outs I should say. They didn't take one away from them. Chris Kidd with you, Brian Shepard, our statistician, with Butch Mounts, our engineer. His first pitch swung on a miss, but now the bigger issue for Central Greenbrier, can they solve the puzzle that is Deshaun Floyd? As there's a swing and a miss, and quickly Floyd gets ahead 0-2 of Bryce Gardenier, who had the first hit of the game for Central Greenbrier for either side with an infield single in the third. That one misses outside, 1-2. So it'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters this inning for Central Greenbrier. This one hit towards third and short. That's going to be a tough play for Music. Fires over, but not in time, as he was able to get that ball deep in the hole, but the speed of Gardenier able to beat it out for his second hit of the day. And the leadoff man on here on the top of the fifth for Central Greenbrier. Now Sam Russow stands in to bat in place of Nathan Pack. First pitch misses, 1-0. And much like we did yesterday, want to say hello to his father Paul in the Navy, who's out in the Middle East right now. That one fouled off. 1-1. But again, we thank Sam's father, Paul, for his service, and hopefully you get home soon and safely, and hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast here today. So the count at 1-1 as there's a strike across by Floyd, 1-2. This one laced towards third and short, bounces away, and that's going to get into left field for a hit. As Sam Russow able to deliver, and now the bottom of the order getting the job done here, as that went right off the glove of Woodman, who's moved over to third. Made a great attempt to try and make that, but it also deflected the ball enough to where it escaped from Music. Now squaring to bunt is James Griffith, batting in place of Teeny as he fouls it straight back. Again, trying to move these runners up. Again, Floyd hasn't thrown very many wild pitches or any balls that have gotten away. He squares to bunt again. That one misses low, 1-1. If he can get this bunt down and move the runners up, that would put things back to the top of the order here for Central Greenbrier and give them an opportunity to start chipping away at this lead. Squaring the bunt this time, does get it down. Ball's bobbing up third, and everyone's going to be safe. Bases are now loaded for Central Greenbrier as James Griffith laid down a perfect bunt down the third base side. Woodman tried to hurry it because of the location that it was in. And that slight bobble ensured that Griffith was going to get there. So you get Gardenier with an infield single, Russow with a single, and Griffith with a sac bunt that gets him on. And now Nathan Dixon up. He's 0 for 2 today. This one popped up on the infield. Woodman able to make the grab on this one. for out number one. And again, the bottom of the order got the job done to give the top of the order an opportunity here. But the first man pops out, and that brings up Braden Terry. He's 0 for 2 as well today. He flew out to center field and popped out to third base side where Music ran over to make the catch. And if you're Fairmont right now, you're having a bit of deja vu back to last night. It was the fifth inning last night where the game slipped away from them when they led 10-5, and Mineral County scored 6 runs in the bottom of the fifth to beat them, trying to avoid the same fate here today as Terry takes a curveball in for a strike, 0-1. Burdette's thrown 64 pitches. Now Floyd has thrown 64 pitches. How much ice does he have in his veins? That one hits him on the top of the helmet, got away from Floyd. And thankfully, it was slow enough to where it wouldn't hurt him at all. And Terry goes down to first, and Central Greenbrier has come in with their first run of the game to cut this to 3-1. And now you have Nelson Lynch coming up as here comes a visit to the mound. And good timing on the visit, though, by the Fairmont coaching staff here, trying to settle Floyd down. Again, Floyd has 50 strikes and just 14 balls up to this point. 15 now after that pitch got away from him, so he has just been outstanding all day and locating the strike zone. But now with the money on the table and the bases loaded, who's going to come up big in this spot? Nelson Lynch 0 for 2 today. Takes a big rip at a fastball and comes up empty 0-1. You can hear the Central Greenbrier fans right beside us trying to inspire their team. This one hit up third left side. Bledsoe makes the catch. Back to first, not in time. But Bledsoe may have just saved the game for Fairmont with that lunging grab for the second out of the inning. I thought, and pretty much everyone here thought, that ball was into right field and we had a tie game. But Bledsoe makes another tremendous grab, his second one of the game, to keep the lead for now. But now you have Grant Burdette, the cleanup hitter, standing in. Can he give himself the lead? Again, he saw Fairmont tag him for 3 runs the last 2 innings. Now an opportunity for him to get it all back with one swing. Swing and a miss on a curveball low, and that's 0-2 as Floyd gets ahead. Burdette struck out to start the second inning and walked in the 4th inning. And with the bases juiced and an 0-2 count, here we go. Strike 3 called as Floyd gets out of trouble, surrenders a run, but leaves 3 stranded here in the top of the 5th inning. What a job by him, and now we head to the bottom of the 5th with Fairmont still leading it 3-1. We'll be back after this as you are watching the 2020 West Virginia Little League State Tournament right here live on Video Productions. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd here with you. with Brian Shepard, our statistician, and Butch Mounts, our engineer, as we are in our second elimination game of the day here from Central Greenbrier Little League field in the state tournament. And this has been a great pitcher's duel with a lot of drama here in the last couple of innings, as Fairmont clinging to a 3-1 lead now. After Central Greenbrier loaded the bases with nobody out, Floyd was able to limit it to just one run across. And now Burdette trying to keep this at a 2-run game to get this to the 6th inning, and he starts things out with a strike, 0-1. David Crum and Jeff Jones, they've done a great job this week as well. A couple of the umpires that are out there for these games, again, they've really braved the heat and done a terrific job on umpiring these games, and appreciate them being out there for all this as well. A strike 2. He quickly gets ahead here of Van Gilder. Fastball misses high, now 1-2. That was pitch number 67 for Burdette. See him Floyd, after that quick start and quick innings, things have started to labor a little bit more, but not that time, as he strikes at Van Gilder looking for the first out of the inning. Now that'll bring things back to the top of the order with Owen Music, who's 0 for 2 today. He grounded out in the 2nd inning and struck out in the 3rd inning. And the winner of this game gets either Logan or Sophia tomorrow in another elimination game, as those two teams will play at 6 o'clock today in the winner's bracket to see who advances on to the finals of the winner's bracket. This one ripped into center field, coming in and now going back. Lambert came in too quick. It gets over his head. Music rounds first, digs for second. The throw over the head of the second baseman. Music will hold at second, though, as Gardenier able to back it up. And Music, big time rip on that ball, as that was smoked to center field, and gets his first hit of the afternoon. That'll bring up Case Lynn now with still one out. Fairmont would love nothing more than to get that run back and give Floyd a little extra insurance as he goes back for the 6th inning. Lynn struck out in the 1st inning and had an RBI sac fly in the 3rd inning for the first run of this game. Swing and a miss, 0-1. That fastball gets away from Burdette and misses high. 1-1 now the count. And we mentioned Logan against Sophia. In the other game this evening, we'll have Cerrito Canova against Mineral County. That one fouled up into the screen. So again, the two winners of those games tonight will face off in the finals of the winner's bracket on Tuesday. And then the losers tonight will move down into the losers bracket again. Boone Northern moves on, and they'll face whoever loses between Cerrito Canova and Mineral tonight. Breaking pitch lifted high in the air. Coming on is Burdette, and he can't make the play as he overran it. Music takes off for third, thrown over, and Lee dropped it. He thought he had it at first, but it popped out of his glove on the slide, as Music looked like he slid right into the glove of Lee that time and jarred it loose, and that moves Lynn over to second base. So now second and third here on the error, and still only one out. And that time Burdette just got in too close, and the ball drifted over his head and just off his glove. Fastball misses high to Tanner Woodrum, 1-0. And we thought both these pitchers would be able to make it to the end, but now Burdette closing in on what could be his limit. He's at 75 pitches now. This one hit high into the air again. Is it playable? Gardenier coming over, and he'll make the grab for out number 2 to retire Woodman. who will finish today, it looks like 0 for 3. Now you get Deshaun Floyd coming back up. He's 1 for 2 today. Struck out to start out the second inning and singled to start out the fourth inning, which eventually led to the 2-run inning, which is the lead that Fairmont enjoys now. Has a chance to give himself some more breathing room here, but fastball misses high, 1-0. Floyd was able to strike out Burdette. Then the threat last inning. Can Burdette return the favor here? This one lifted high towards the right side. It's going to get out of play, though. The count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. A big fastball blown by Burdette that time. Looking for one more, as this will be his 80th pitch of the afternoon. This one lifted high into right center field, back towards the wall. It is gone. A 2-run home run by Deshaun Floyd. And that opens up a 5-1 lead now for the Fairmont All-Stars here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it looked like Russ Howell ran into the fence trying to run back and see if he had a play on that ball, as he is down out in right field right now being looked at. And thankfully he's up on his feet now and appears to be okay. But yeah, I believe just was looking at the ball the entire way and ended up running right into the fence as he was trying to go back and make a play on that ball. Fortunately, he is okay as he gets up. And that is a good sign to see that he's okay out in right field. But now the 3-run home run by Deshaun Floyd may have just kicked the door open in this contest in the bottom of the 5th inning. As Burdette, at 80 pitches, could likely be up against his final batter here in Brody Bledsoe. So Bledsoe today has reached on an error and walked in his 2 plate appearances. As we mentioned, he had 5 RBIs yesterday, including a solo home run. But now Fairmont, after escaping a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam last inning with only 1 run, now 3 outs away from seeing their tournament continue as that pitch fouled out of play. 0-1. And in this Fairmont offense, we heard people talking about how potent it was coming in. Despite the fact that Burdette has pitched tremendously and valiantly today, eventually you kind of felt like they were going to find a way to get some runs across. And now they have put up 6 in the last couple of innings. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. So Burdette looking for his 9th strikeout of the game here and send this to the top of the 6th inning. Comes the breaking pitch, and Bledsoe hits one high in the air towards left field, and that will be caught by Griffith for out number 3. And that will retire Fairmont here in the bottom of the 5th, but a 3-run home run by Deshaun Floyd will end up giving Fairmont a 6-1 lead heading towards the top of the 6th. We'll be back after this as you're watching the 2020 Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
As a member of the military, a military family, or a veteran, the last thing you should have to worry about is your prescriptions. At your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, we'll transfer your prescriptions for you with no interruptions in service. Our pharmacists will be there to help answer questions and share tips and advice with a friendly, knowledgeable smile. And we're not going anywhere. We welcome military personnel and their families. Transfer your prescriptions today. Griffith & File Drugstore and Soda Fountain, 1405 Chestnut Street, Canova. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100-plus stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Hit it out. Top of the sixth inning we go now as Deshaun Floyd looking to nail this down for the Fairmont All-Stars. Again, we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Griffith & File, for helping us bring you all the live streaming action that you're seeing here this week. Again, since 1892, Griffith & File have been affiliated with their communities and have been a sponsor of youth sports for a long time. So again, thank you for helping us bring all the action to everyone out there throughout this week from Central Greenbrier Little League. 70 pitches on the books for Floyd. 55 of those strikes in this game thus far. As he's got 15 pitches before you have to come out. So there is a possibility that he may not finish this sixth inning, but we'll see how things transpire as he gets Lambert swinging and missing at the first pitch on a curveball. 0-1. Another breaking ball in for a strike, 0-2. And Elaine Lambert, 1 for 2 today. He struck out and he singled in his last plate appearance. That one misses low, 1-2. That curveball ripped foul right towards us, and thankfully, thankfully, that missed a few people that were coming back towards this way, as that was a frozen rope. Hit right over the fence over here. Now another 1-2 offering, and Lambert fights it off yet again. So that was pitch number 75 for Floyd. There's a nice breaking pitch, got Lambert out in front again and struck him out for the first out of the sixth inning. So 2 outs away Fairmont is from staying alive in this tournament and sending Central Greenbrier home. The batter will be Kayden Mcneely, who popped out to first in his only plate appearance. This one hit back up the middle, and that one's through for a 1-out single. McNeely had a good game yesterday, had a double in the loss to Cerrito Canova, and picks up a hit here. As you see it here on our instant replay, again, just rips right back up the middle as Floyd couldn't get a glove on it. And like we said, if you're going to come back, it's got to start somewhere, and right there you get McNeely to reach, and we're going to get a courtesy runner now coming in. And it'll be Russ Howell to take over at first base. So that'll bring up Bryce Gardner. And this one ripped into center field, but right at the center fielder, Van Gilder. And he'll make the grab for out number 2. And now Central Greenbrier down to their final out. It'll be Nathan Pack standing in, as you see here. Big charge put into that by Gardner, but Van Gilder maybe had to move a couple of inches to his left in order to get that ball. As this one hit towards third, fielded over there by Woodman, over to first to Nichols, and that will do it. As actually McKnight there on the play at third makes the throw, and that will finish off Central Greenbrier in what was a very entertaining game and was broken open on the 3-run home run by Deshaun Floyd in the bottom of the 5th inning. And what a game for Deshaun Floyd overall. Again, 79 pitches he threw in this game, holds a very potent Central Greenbrier lineup to just 1 run on the day, and then hits the 3-run home run that gave them the lift to be able to come away with this win. And Fairmont now will play again tomorrow. As we said, they'll take on whoever loses between Sophia and Logan at 6 o'clock today. So we'll take a quick look at our schedule here just to give you an idea of where we're going to be at. Again, that was a quickly moving game. Said it just took 71 minutes to get over with. But yeah, you look at our schedule here. Again, that game just finished, so it will be the loser of game F, according to the schedule, which will be Logan and Sophia, and that game will be at approximately 6:30 tomorrow. So again, Boone Northern will play against the loser of Mineral or Cerrito Canova at 4 p.m., and Fairmont will be back at 6:30 p.m. And then Monday night at approximately 9 p.m., whoever wins in those 2 losers brackets games will play again at 9 p.m. in order to see who moves on into the finals of the losers bracket on Tuesday. So tomorrow is going to be a long day for a couple of these teams, and like we said, going to be a lot of pitching that's going to have to be used in that contest. But you look at our final stat line here. For Fairmont, 6 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on. Well, if we could bring that graphic back up that we just had on the screen there, sorry. And Central Greenbrier have 1 run on 5 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left on base overall for the final tally in that game. So like we said, most of these games have come down to just a couple of things there, here and there, that have made the difference as to who is going to win and who is going to lose. And those 7 people left on base for Greenbrier East, or Greenbrier Central, will end up haunting them as they look back at that contest. But again, 2 tough losses for them this week as they are eliminated, but Fairmont able to hang on and move on to tomorrow. So they'll await to see who they play, whether it be Logan or Sophia, tonight at 6 o'clock. Well, we're going to step aside for a couple hours break. And again, we may be back a little sooner than 6. If we do, we'll make sure we get our feet up as warm-ups are going on to make sure that you're ready. So check back in around 5:30 range with us, and we'll see where we're at as far as start time goes. But it should be somewhere close to that 6 o'clock range. But if anything changes, we'll be sure to post on the page to let you know in case the game were to start anywhere earlier than what would be expected at that point in time. But again, it is Central Greenbrier falling to Fairmont 6-1 here in our second elimination game today. So for Brian Shepard and Butch Mounts, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long for the next couple hours, and we'll see you later on this evening as you are watching the 2020 West Virginia Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions.